very good afternoon to one and all on this Saturday. Now, what's happened is, unfortunately, I have a cold and I have not made it into town today for my usual views to introduce the video which will be uploaded to YouTube in the morning on the Sunday. So these views here are from the reception room where I live. Yes, I have a cold. Life goes on. So I do hope you like the video which I have made, and this is what follows, your weekly video, and I do hope one and all enjoy it and you are all well. Thank you ever so much for everything and all your support. Bye-bye everybody. Bye-bye.
A very good morning to one and all. On again, a lovely, bright, sunny morning. It's Tuesday now, and we are in Cedar Square. No finer place to be to start this week's video off, and we are at the rear of Abingdon Street Market. And I can show you now the completed sign. We see this last week half finished. Now it is completely finished. And I would like to point out, very importantly, that each individual letter will be illuminated. Yes, in the evening this will light up, and I'm sure it will look great. So that's our visit here, just to show you the finished sign of Abingdon Street Market, Blackpool.
Moving on down to the promenade, where I'm going to show you these ever so popular views of the Irish Sea. It's high tide here this morning, and you can see all the waves coming into the area of the steps that lead to the promenade. Just going to let you have a little bit longer, see these waves move in on the steps. And you can see how quickly this tide comes in. Now I'm going to move away from the railings now, just to show you this here. Now across there, Blackpool Tower, and in front, just coming up, are these wonderful pieces of sculpture. Very, very good artwork indeed. Now, this evening, I'm going to come in for you to show you when they're lit up. So there we are. I will be back, I promise that, this evening, to show all the illuminated areas on this promenade at the moment. Still awaiting the arrival of that skating rink and that wonderful ride that was so popular last year, the Sky Rider. So I'll see you later on this evening when it's dark and when everything is illuminated. On our visit today to the build here, some of the contractors posing for their pictures. Look, and a quick wave from them. Thank you very much for this. Thank you. Yes, this is our weekly visit here to the build of the Wilko store and the cinema complex. There's a hold up here, there's a lot of traffic. What we're doing is we're waiting for that concrete lorry to be able to be arriving down here. There it is, just up the top of the road there. You can see it coming down now. The hold up was there was a very, very big lorry parked here, and that coach could not make it round. Oh, the gates are open now. There we are, the gates are open now to welcome the arrival of this concrete lorry. There it comes. There it comes now. And as always, they have to reverse in to the build to join in to that pump. It's got to connect to that big white pump there. In it goes first time, as per usual. And that will hook up now to that white pump with its arm already stretched up to the roof, because this concrete is all scheduled for the roof. Now I've brought you a couple of paces further along to show you this wonderful progress here, and right in front of you, can you notice those uprights? Well, those uprights will support the insulation and the cladding. Insulation and cladding here, just like the other builds that we visit. And you can see all the decking now on the roof. Can you notice that, please? Look, I believe that's all the decking under the roof itself. So that's our visit today to the build of the Wilko store and the cinema complex. A very good afternoon to one and all. It's Friday now, the 28th of October, and it is one brilliant sunshine afternoon here. So it's time now for our tour of the build of the Holiday Inn. Now, from our first view, can you please notice all the placing of that insulation underneath that facade there where the facing bricks are? Can you see it? And also in front, the packets of insulation still to be used.
Now, moving a few paces along from that first viewing area, this here may make a good clip. It shows all the facing bricks placed on these two facades here, and also you can notice the placing of that insulation underneath. Where the tower crane is, underneath you will see insulation placed. So hopefully, as said, this makes a nice little clip.
Now we are nearly at our next viewing area, but I'm just going to show you this here, outside the Sainsbury's store. Now this is the Big Bird. This was placed in the area of St John's Square last year, but this year, as you can see, it is placed outside of Sainsbury's, the Big Bird. Now you might be interested to know, if you don't know already, that this is made up of all parts from a London taxi cab. I'm just going to move around the other side for you. You can no doubt pick out some of the parts used. There's one of the doors there, or rather two of the doors, three of the doors in fact. So that's the Big Bird, and turning around very, very slowly, we are now at our next viewing area for the build of the Holiday Inn. We'll just show you all the people outside Blackpool North Railway Station. It has been very busy here from about 9 AM this morning. It's firework night against us. That's why people coming here for not only tonight but for a long weekend. And there's our usual view of the facade here of the build. All done now here. I will just show again all the people outside Blackpool North Railway Station, and now turning around very, very slowly, another view of the underpass. I can get another view just around the corner for you. And this is the view that I promised you, looking right into the front and the rear of this underpass. We are right round the other side now to this build. Now, as I said, this is Friday afternoon. It's now just coming up to 2 o'clock. Well, what happens on a Friday is a lot of these contractors that work on this site, they're actually staying in hotels, etc. So they all usually finish very, very early on a Friday to go home to their families. Just show you that construction there. And the view into the build. And we'll progress to our next viewing area. Just a few paces along finds us at our secondary viewing area, and the sun is bouncing off here, absolutely bouncing. What one glorious tail end of October this is. I'm going to walk you as close as I can to the gates. Oh yes, we can see wonderful progress here now. Let's go to our principal viewing area now. Yes, we have made it to the gates of our principal viewing area. And what I can do is simply show you a view of all the necessary equipment still needed here, and all that rows and rows of insulation. And there in front now, at ground level, some more facing bricks. And a view of that yellow tower crane. So looking around again into the build here, this will conclude our visit this week to the build of this Holiday Inn hotel. On this still very, very sunny afternoon, we are now in Edward Street. Ansem is across the road, and next to that is the bar of the Common. Now, a couple of videos ago, I showed the pavement area here next to those 3 shop units, all dug up by the electricity workers. And I must show you this. This is the finishing touches now. All the flagstones all laid, and look how it's turned out. Lovely. So all these shops now, these 3 units, Unit 1, Unit 2 and Unit 3, all have their electricity. And I'm going to show you close-up views now of the wonderful job with the flagstones. Look at that, and now people can walk here now. So that's our visit to Edward Street and the project of these 3 shop units with the flats all above.